Just a reminder that we live in a closed system with a firmament above.
My laser is hitting the dark spot of the moon, stopping on it and reflecting. This laser does not go hundreds of miles. Okay, clouds are passing. Now look.
Neil Armstrong did not go to the moon because we live under a dome. It's literally in their own book. Genesis 1 verse 6 through 8. Then God said, let there be an expanse between the waters, and let there be a division between the waters and the waters. A division between the waters and the waters. Then God went on to make the expanse and divided the waters beneath the expanse from the waters above the expanse. Again, waters below, waters above. The sun and the moon is inside. Above the firmament you have the ocean of heavens, and above that is the heaven of heavens. And there are multiple heavens above the heaven of heavens. The moon landers was fake, because they depict the moon to be out in space. But clearly the sun and moon is inside the firmament. Satellites are definitely not in space, because there's a firmament. And rockets can't go outer space. They just be trying to break the firmament. And also many other cultures believe in a dome earth. So why is it that NASA wants to be the oddball? Literally the oddball. NASA goes against their own Bible.
Okay, my husband did the worst thing to me Sunday. He dropped a bombshell on me moments away from actually going into church, into service, moments away. He was like, hey babe, do you know that there's a firmament? I was like, what the heck is a firmament? Never heard it before. He was like, it's in the Bible. It's, instead of the earth being round, it's flat. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you need to look it up. So of course I'm going to. I'm a Google fanatic. If I see something, I am going to want to either prove it right, prove it wrong, or prove it if it's even a fact or not. So I'm trying my darndest to pay attention to the pastor. Because all I want to do is I want to look this up. It's been digging at me. Granted, I still have kids, so I haven't had time to fully dig into it. But so far I learned that the firmament, it is what divides the upper waters with the lower waters. So it's pretty much like if you Google it, it says it's the heavens or the sky. So it is the sky. So the earth is apparently flat. Then it's a dome. And within that dome is the firmament. And above that dome is water. Yeah, no idea. So I want to know what y'all think about the firmament, because I'm still trying to figure it out. And there is verses in the Bible talking about it. But how real is it? What do you think? If you think of firmament, do you think that it is Bible related, or do you just believe that the world is flat? I need help because I don't know where to begin.
This is what I think the earth looks like when I say it's flat. A flat surface with a dome above us. This was also shown in SpongeBob predictive programming. Sandy Cheeks is the only mammal. She lives under a dome with the tree of life. Also, planes have to correspond with the earth plane, therefore flying straight and corresponding with the ground, which is flat. The clouds also correspond with the ground, which is flat. You ever got on an airplane and you rode above the clouds and the clouds was flat? Yeah, the clouds are corresponding with the earth plane. Also, not to mention when Kong threw this stick at the dome. So we live on flat land with a dome above us. Flat land, dome above. Oh, and also there's water outside of the firmament. Flat land, dome above us. Outside of the dome is the ocean of heaven. Above that is the heaven of heavens. Stars are water.
This is for you Project Bluebeam people. You know, the ones that think that the government is like shining lights in the sky, or they're shining fake aliens in the sky or whatever. Here's my question for you. If that's what's going on, stick with me here, okay? What is it bouncing off of? If they're shining something in the sky, right? It has to bounce off of something for us to be able to see it. Like, lights don't just flash off of nothingness, right? If it's going into space and there's nothing to flash it off of, what is it flashing off of? How are we seeing this stuff? Like, how are we seeing these holograms? But there must be a firmament there. And that just makes me realize what the we are. We are the world's biggest snow globe, aren't we? That's exactly what we are. Think about those snow dogs that you see, or sun dogs. Think about those sun dogs that you see, or like the circles around the sun, and it shines in these big circles. What is it shining off of? It looks like it's shining off of a snow globe, y'all. We are the biggest snow globe that ever existed. I swear to God.
Family, look at this. You won't believe this. I was reading the book of Enoch, and this part below the heavens and beneath the earth, I didn't understand it, so I thought, let me read further. Then I stumbled upon this part, and family, look at this. Then I stumbled upon this part, this name, Sheol, and I went to Google to see what Sheol is. Look at this, family. Look, Sheol. Google Sheol. It's in the book of Enoch. Google. Look at it. Sheol. You see the firmament? Look at the firmament. And over here the portals. Guys, look. It's also mentioned in the ancient Israelite cosmology. Look.
Hey, look, man. Very easy to explain and understand. Watch this. This is the new standard map of the world. This is Gleason's map, patented in 1892. So look, you're talking about circumnavigation. So if we're looking here, here's North America, here's California. You said if you fly west from California, you end up in Asia and then Europe. Look, North Pole here, magnetic north. If I'm in California and I fly west, look, I end up in Asia and then Europe. Keep coming around, I'll come back to California. And you said if you fly east from New York, you end up in Europe and then Asia. New York, fly east, end up in Europe, then Asia, come back to New York. Very simple, easy to understand. You've just been programmed. Globe programming.
Someone said if the firmament opens, that means the world would flood because it's water above the firmament. Nah. If the firmament was open, there would not be a flood because God already gave us the covenant of the rainbow that he would not flood us again with water. So no, we're not going to be flooded if the firmament's open. If it open, guess what's going to happen? Jesus is going to come down, pick his children up just like he told us in 1 Thessalonians 4, and we shall forever be with the Lord. That's what's going to happen.
Hey guys, here's a couple of my flat earth maps. It's so interesting to study about Antarctica because they have this Antarctica treaty in the 50s. The governments were exploring Antarctica and they found some stuff out and they didn't want to tell anybody. Operation Fishbowl. There's a lot of stuff if you'll research it. But Antarctica is actually not a continent. It's actually a 360-degree ice wall that goes around the geocentric flat Earth. It holds the seas in. And anywhere you try to go to the Antarctica, like the closest place over here, they do have tours and they allow some people to go there. And it's kind of close. But if you'll notice, everywhere else on the ice wall, it's so far away. Like, there's the size of the United States. Well, look how many, it's like 2 to 3 United States just to get to the edge. So that's why no one goes to it. That's why it's such a secret. And that's why people can be fooled.
Seeing the moon and sun at the same time.
The lies. The lies. You guys are getting desperate. There's no air resistance in space, so you don't need a lot of fuel. So you're trying to tell me they can get to the moon on half a tank? Listen, the average plane can travel 9,000 miles before it needs to refuel. And the moon is over 240,000 miles away. And yet they managed to go there and back on one tank. Come on, brother.
So you're meaning to tell me this can shoot up to 200 miles, but let's just say this one can shoot up to 100 miles. And they're also saying that this can hit its target right on the nose. If you didn't know, this is a railgun, and they can shoot up pretty far, up to 200 miles, like I said. And get this, very, very accurate as well. But let's just think about it for a minute. 100 miles, the earth curves 8 inches per mile squared. Oh man. And it doesn't have to take curvature into effect. That's pretty weird. To put it in perspective, so 100 miles, let's just say it can shoot up to 100 miles, like I said. So with that, 8 inches per mile squared, so there would be about 6,668 feet of curvature that it's missing. That's pretty weird if you ask me. Also, a lot of people have been asking me, how do seasons work on your model? They don't work on your model. And I'm like, no buddy, they don't work on your model, on the globe model. But anyways, I'm gonna show you how they work on the flat earth model. So when the sun is on its inner rotation closest to the North Pole over the Tropic of Cancer, that's when we can have summer here in America and winter in Australia. And when the sun is on its outer rotation closest to Antarctica over the Tropic of Capricorn, that's when they can see summer in Australia and winter here in America. It's not that hard to understand. Anyways, please like this video, share it with somebody, and yeah, if you're not already following me, please follow me. I'm trying to hit 1,000 followers so I can go live, and yeah, spread the truth. But anyways, y'all share it. The only way it's gonna get out are you guys sharing it, so it'd mean a lot if you did. And yeah, you have a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world, and peace. See y'all tomorrow.
She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic.